they're going through the process and then go back through the process again to make sure that happens.
Governor Scott hinting state regulators will revisit their previous decision not to approve a new hospital in Estero. That is big news in light of the hospital space shortage that's been plaguing Lee County hospitals. A lot of you asking why the state didn't approve a plan to create more space when it had the chance 2 years ago. Carl Fortier taking your concerns right to the governor.
Well, Governor Scott was in Naples today to talk about Florida's latest job growth numbers, since the economy in Southwest Florida is especially robust. But with the increasing population reflected in crowded emergency rooms, I took the opportunity to ask the governor about a state agency's decision 2 years ago not to allow a new hospital to be built in Estero. With patients irritable about the lack of beds at local hospitals and long wait times in emergency rooms, officials with the Lee Memorial Health System agree they need to alleviate the shortage of space they've been experiencing the last couple of months.
For anybody to say we don't need additional capacity, they're missing the reality.
Recognizing a need 2 years ago, Lee Memorial applied with the Florida Agency on Healthcare Administration for the right to build a new hospital in Estero. The agency's secretary, Elizabeth Dudek, was appointed by Governor Rick Scott in 2011. The application was denied. Based on the area's continuing growth in jobs and population, I asked the governor if he thought that was worth reconsidering.
The Hertz relocation and all this booming economy, would you support reversing that decision?
Well, the way that the process works, and I used to be in the healthcare business, the way the process works in Florida, you go to the state. We have certificate of need laws. You go to the state to make sure there's a demand for that. They're going through the process and then go back through the process again to make sure that happens.
A spokeswoman for Lee Memorial Health System says they had studied the area's healthcare needs, and that's why they worked hard to bring a hospital to Estero, writing, "Estero and Bonita Springs are the most rapidly growing communities of Lee County. We believe there is a significant need for more health services in that area, but we cannot predict when the timing will be right to reapply for a certificate of need for a hospital." She says in the meantime, they're committed to moving ahead with plans for a medical village at Coconut Point with its own emergency department. There are also plans to expand Gulf Coast Medical Center to include 275 hospital beds. The medical village at Coconut Point, which would essentially be a hospital without beds, is not likely to be ready until 2017. Carl Fortier, Fox 4, in your corner.
Thank you.